Hey guys, welcome back. So in front of me you can see I've got my two socks laid out for my sock monkey. Now today I'm going to be showing you how we are going to be cutting these socks apart into each part of our sock monkey. So to give you a basic layout of what we've got going on here, on this sock right here are my two legs. We're looking at my monkey from the back, so this is actually going to be his bum, his torso, and the very top of his head. Okay? Now on my other sock, it's got a bit more of an interesting design going on. So along this outside edge is my tail. All right, right here I've got my two arms going up to the heel of the sock where it turns and then it stops. Over here, I've got my two ears. And then right here, I have what is going to become the nose and mouth of my sock monkey. So I'm going to start cutting out. Now the thing I do want to clarify is what's interesting about the sock monkeys is that typically when you sew something, you cut your pieces apart first. We're doing that just a little bit backwards for the sock monkey. That usually you cut and then sew. For this project we are going to sew and then cut, and you can see anywhere I have these red lines is where I have sewed. So actually if I flip this so that we're looking at the front side of my sock monkey, you can see that there is no line there for me to cut on. It's just my red stitching that is going to stay in place. Same thing if I flip over this sock, you can see that there are no green lines. It's just showing me where I'm going to be cutting apart. So I'm gonna flip this back over. Okay, and I am just going to show you guys the process of cutting apart. Now, I'm going to be pretty quick about this. The big thing I want to emphasize before I start actually cutting into anything is make sure that you do not cross over your line of stitching. If you cross over that line of stitching, you kind of need a new sock monkey. Okay, so you want to be oh so very, very careful that you can get close to it. I'd say stay at least that far away. Okay, but make sure you do not cut through your stitching, otherwise your monkey will not stay together. So with that, I'm going to head and start cutting out the pieces of my sock monkey. Okay, so as you saw, I cut out all my pieces. Now, my next step is to take those pieces and start to turn them right side out. So I am going to start with my body and legs. You can see them here. Okay, so and as you can see, I've actually got right up in the arch of his legs a little bit of a hole. And what I'm going to start to do is just slowly push that through. Now I want to be gentle so that I don't accidentally rip apart my stitches. That they should be pretty secure by now, but just in case, we're going to be nice and easy. All right, and there's the familiar toe of our sock, but we've still got some legs that we need to get turned out. Okay, so I'm just going to gently push those through. Now off to the side here, I actually have a very handy tool to help me with turning these legs right side out, and that is just a ballpoint pen. You can use a pencil. Now guys, if you're going to use this trick, do not use the pointed end, especially pen or pencil. You don't want to mark your fabric with it, right? We've talked about how that won't come out. Okay, but second of all, it's more likely to rip through your stitches because it is sharp. And so what I'm going to do is take this flat end down here, okay, and I am just going to start to kind of feed what's left of the leg in. And then I'm going to use my pen to push it through, okay? And we're getting so close to the end there. There we go. All right. And there's my sweet little foot coming through. Okay, so there's one leg. Now we're going to do the other that we'll start by just kind of pushing it in by hand. Okay, and then once I get the toes in there, I'm good to grab my pen again and start pushing it through. And there we go, there's those toes. So my last step, once I've done all of that, is to, I'm gonna turn that up so it'll lay flat. Smooth it out, kind of push it so that it sits flat. Okay, and I'm going to quickly go through the others. I'm gonna leave this right here so you can see as I put those pieces together how it's going to become a full sock monkey, but rather than explaining each of them, I'm going to stop and just show you the process kind of quickly so that you can kind of see how it's gonna look when it's all laid out. So as you can see, after getting all of my pieces cut out, I then turned them right side out. And now our next step is going to be filling each of these pieces with stuffing and adding a face. Okay, we're starting to get something that looks like a cute little monkey.